What's going on, everyone out there in YouTube land? So today we're going to check out a true pen style starter kit. This one coming from DiGi Flavor, and this is called the UPEN. Yes, the UPEN, and it actually looks exactly like a pen. And it is a mouth to lung, low wattage device. I'm using Nic salt in here. I think I have 35 milligram. Let's have a quick vape off the UPEN, and we'll talk about it. Very, very nice, actually. But it does have one... I do have one concern about it. Either it's just me being an idiot, or... we'll talk about it later. Now, the UPEN was sent over directly by DiGi Flavor for the purpose of this review. If you guys are looking to pick one up or check one out after the video, I have a bunch of random links posted in the description. Going price for this little device, anywhere between $25 and $29.99. Inside the box for the DiGi Flavor UPEN, you're going to get the UPEN all-in-one device. They're going to toss in 2 glass tanks, 2 coil heads, some extra O-rings, and a micro USB charging cable. Now the UPEN, as you guys can see, looks exactly like a ballpoint pen with the cap. It actually has the pen clip right there that will allow you to clip it onto your shirt, your jeans, or whatever. It only measures 14 millimeters in diameter, constructed of a zinc alloy and stainless steel. It's available in 4 different colors. This is the black one that you can see here. And being an all-in-one starter device, the atomizer or the tank that they're calling the PCTG tank is actually built into the device. To access the tank, you have to remove the cap. And voila, there you go. There's going to be your tank section. There's your battery. And what I like about this is that you can discreetly hide everything with the cap, and it looks exactly like a pen, aside from having the firing switch on the outside and the micro USB port at the bottom. Now along the top, we're going to have the PCTG tank, as they're calling it. Once again, it is built in directly to the device, so you cannot use your own atomizer. You have to use the atomizer that's built in. They do include a very comfortable Delrin 510 drip tip, and this is perfect for mouth-to-lung vaping. Now, if you'd like, you could actually use a different drip tip, as long as it's a 510 drip tip. All you need to do is just pop that out. Here's a pretty large 510 drip tip. It does work. It actually looks really nice on here. Now, if you use a drip tip that's too large, you're not going to have the cap fit on there and click down. So if you use a 510 drip tip, make sure it's a pretty small drip tip, like the stock drip tip. But I will say, nice choice. Now, we do have top fill on this particular device. To fill it up, all you're going to do is unscrew the top, like so. And then when you fill it up, just make sure you fill around the sides. Don't fill it directly in the center. This tank will hold up to 1.5 mLs of liquid. And I do recommend using a high nicotine juice or a Nic salt. For instance, this one right here is 45 milligram, because this is a low wattage device, mouth to lung vaping. So it's going to be a very low powered vape. So you're going to want to make sure you use a pretty high nicotine liquid. Now they do include 2 coil heads. These are going to be 1.2 ohm coil heads, and they're actually using Ni80 wire. They're not using Kanthal. And these little coil heads are pretty easy to install. All you need to do is just pop the glass off, which is held on with a pretty beefy O-ring at the fuck! You fucking son of a bitch! Fuck! Oh, fucking cocksucker! Well, thank God they included 2 glass tanks for idiots like me. Just make sure you don't squeeze that glass tube too hard. But it does have 2 O-rings at the bottom. We're down to 1, and hopefully there's no blood stains anywhere, but there sure could be. Anyways, changing out the coil heads, all you're going to do is just unscrew the coil head. Now, since these coils are so small, you don't need to prime the coil head. Just install it like so, and then take the glass tank carefully, don't squeeze it, and slide it over the top right like that. Oh my God, are you shitting me? No, I broke a second tank. Let's look at the one that I've been vaping really quick. There it is. there's the one that I've been vaping, folks. I'm not editing this out because I'm bleeding and I'm in pain and it hurts and I'm tired. And I have no more glass tanks to show you guys. But anyways, you guys should know how to fill it. Then once you fill it, be very careful because apparently that glass is very fragile. Screw the top back on. You're pretty much good to go. Now, we do have airflow. I believe those are 1 millimeter air holes. They might be smaller. The airflow is not adjustable. I'm knocking everything over today. The airflow is not adjustable. It is a nice, tight, restricted vape. And then below that, we do have your firing switch. 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off. 1, 2, 3. You'll see that little LED light up. Red means you're turning it on or turning it off. 1, 2, 3. And you'll see the green. You're going to be turning it on. Now, that little light will change color depending on the charge status of your battery. If it's green, you're good to go. If it's orange, you're pretty much about halfway through the battery. And when it's red, it's going to be time to charge it. Now, this device, like I said before, is a really low wattage device. It's only putting out 12 watts at max, and it's going to be between 3.85 volts and 4.2 volts. And depending on the charge status of the battery, depends on how much voltage you're going to get. So as the battery drains throughout the day, the voltage is going to drop. It does have an internal 650 milliamp hour battery, and with a full charge, you're looking at about 400 to 500 puffs per charge. At the bottom, we do got your micro USB charging port. They do include the cable. I'm not sure if this one has 1 amp quick charging, so it might take a little longer to charge when compared to other starter devices in this kind of style or range. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a stick-style device that looks like a pen. And the cap, I kind of wish the cap actually covered the button because you can actually fire it with the cap still on. So I wish the button was either higher or the cap was lower. Just make sure 1, 2, 3, you turn it off if you happen to put it in your pocket. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it, guys, for the UPEN. So let's talk about the UPEN before I bleed out. Now, whether I was putting too much pressure on the glass or whether the glass is too thin, the fact that it cracked in my hands, and I don't know if I need stitches or not, but is a bad thing. It's really bad. I don't feel like I was squeezing too hard on the glass. I might have been the first time around. I might have been squeezing and pulling a little bit too hard, but the O-rings were kind of stuck or kind of glued or melted to the glass. And when I pulled, when the glass broke off, the O-ring was still stuck to the glass. The second time around, though, when I put the glass back on with just one O-ring, and the fact the glass cracked from that alone makes me think that the glass for this particular device is way too fragile. So, yeah, if you do get one of these, all I can say is be very careful when you remove the tank. Use a cloth, use something to protect your hand, because you don't want to be an idiot like me. But is it like a problem that DiGi Flavor needs to look into? I don't think so. I think it's just a small, fragile glass, and you just got to be careful. But hopefully it doesn't happen to anyone else. But yeah, the fact that it cut me, I'm probably not going to use it ever again because I'm a little bit pissed off at it at the moment. But we will still have a vape off of it. This is the one that did not crack because I don't want to inhale glass. And we'll talk a little bit about the UPEN. I will say the flavor in the vape, for being a pen-style low-watt device, and actually has good flavor. And depending on the liquid you're using, actually has a pretty good throat hit. The airflow on it, it is a mouth-to-lung vape, so it's going to be restricted. But it's a nice, smooth, restricted airflow. We don't have adjustable airflow control, but then again, it's a small, simple device, so I don't think you really need it. Comfortable drip tip. I do like the little Delrin drip tip they include. And of course, you can use your own 510 drip tip if you like. Once again, the glass, I just, no, I don't like it. I don't like the glass. I don't care if I was squeezing it too hard or not. The fact that it was that easy to crack and that easy to cut me is a big thumbs down in my book. And I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. I've never had that happen before. Maybe once in my life, I've had a sub-ohm tank crack on me like that. Out of all the glass tanks I've ever used, I've never had one just crack in my hands and cut me open. So I'm thinking the glass on here is just way too thin, and maybe that's why they include a cap with it to protect the glass. If you drop this thing on the ground, more than likely you're going to crack the glass. They do include two, but you see 2 glasses got me through a 10-minute video. So yeah, kind of a bummer there. The firing switch, comfortable. You know, I wish the cap actually covered the button, because you could fire it with the cap on, and let's say you want to slide it into your pocket. If you forget to turn it off, it will fire. So just make sure 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off. But it looks like a pen. I mean, it's a simple stick starter device that looks like a pen. If you're looking to be discreet, if you're going out, you don't want to bring a big mod with you, you want something simple that doesn't look like a mod, you could bring the UPEN, fill it up with some nic salt or some high nic juice, and you know, have a few enjoyable vapes. If you're vaping somewhere where you shouldn't be vaping, like work or something like that, you can always have it on your shirt and sneak in a few vapes here and there. Charge time on here is a little bit slower because we don't have the quick charge, but for the most part, it's a simple pen system. I mean, it works, got good flavor, good throat hit, but the glass tank is fragile. Be careful if you do get one, because you don't want to end up like me, and I am now a victim. I'm a victim. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today on the UPEN. If you have any comments or questions on this device, please feel free to leave them below. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you guys build safe, don't break any glass tanks, and vape on.